In this video, I'm going to talk about header theming for Microsoft 365 related apps and Power Platform apps. Now, this is an important concept to understand before you implement theming or different kind of user interface changes to the application. Now, I'm making this as a three-part video series whereby I'll talk about the header component within various Microsoft 365 and Power Platform app, and then I will start talking about model-driven apps, Power Apps theming, and then Power Apps, Canvas apps theming, classic and modern interface. Now, in this first part video series, I'll just focus on the top header component of Microsoft 365 and Power Platform related apps, which will take some sort of a precedence in terms of implementing those themes within your model driven or canvas apps. Now, just to start with, in Microsoft 365, when you navigate to Microsoft 365 site, when I say office.com or portal.office.com, there is an option to change the theme of the Microsoft 365 site. Now, when you say theme is like a bigger term whereby you should be able to change various control colors, foreground color, background colors, and whole bunch of things which CSS allows you to do that. But from a Microsoft 365 perspective, you are only allowed to change the top header bar. Okay. Now, as you see in the screenshot over here, I have one, two, three, four, five header bar changes. Okay, so what I've done, I've gone into office.com and then I've selectively changed the theme. Okay, so I've say take for example, I've picked up one of the theme and then it changed the header bar. Nothing else changes, only the header bar changes. Okay, now, the top header common changes. So what happens over here is like if you pick any of the applications, say if you pick Microsoft 365 or Microsoft 365 Admin Center or Power Platform Admin Center or Power Pages or Power Apps or Power Automate, wherever you pick up the theme, and if you make that change in that application, it is all applicable for all this application. So if you make a change in Microsoft 365 theming, and if you open Power Pages or Power Apps, you will see that same changes being reflected. Now, why does that happen? Because in order to maintain consistency across different Microsoft cloud applications. Now, if you change in one application header, it affects other header across Microsoft 365, 365 Admin Center, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Pages, Power Platform Admin Center, and even SharePoint as well. Now, the themes. Now, in order to understand themes, there are different kind of themes within Microsoft 365. So there are some themes which are inbuilt themes. So as you see over here, this colors and all, these are like kind of inbuilt themes. But from a theming perspective, uh, there are a couple of themes which are important to understand. One is organizational theme, then there is a neutral theme, and then there is a high contrast theme. So these are the three different types of themes which will impact the behavior of the header component. Now, with this, what happens is like apart from changing the color or design of the header, there is a possibility that you can change the logo, you can change the application name displayed on the header component. So I'll come to that. I'll explain to you when I show you it in the demo. So just make sure that you understand that there are three different types of themes: organizational theme, neutral theme, high contrast theme, and then there are inbuilt themes. Organizational theme, within organizational theme, you have a default theme and then you have a custom theme. You can have one default theme and you can have multiple custom theme. Now, how does the custom theme works is like it works on basis of groups. Now, groups can be a Microsoft 365 group or it can be a security group. So like that, Microsoft 365 has different group. So take for example, in your organization, if you have multiple departments, say HR, sales, marketing, purchase, now you can selectively specify the theme to be displayed for different set of groups. So HR will see a different set of theming header, sales would see a different set of theming header, and marketing would see a different set of theming header, and then one will be a common across the organization. So it is quite possible you can do that using the organizational theme. So organizational theme, you need to go to org settings, go to the org profile, and then you add a theme. And then within that theme, it will ask you to change the logos and the colors as you see in the screen over here, which I'm going to demonstrate that. This is just for a visual explanation. I'm just showing you the screenshot. And also you can selectively specify what kind of groups uh, need to have that sort of theming defined. Now, common header. Now, as I mentioned to you, as you see over the screenshot over here, if you change it one place, it is applicable at all the places over here. So as you see, the black header everywhere over here in Power Platform Admin Center, in Power Pages, Power Apps, Power Automate, 365 Admin Center, 365. And you can see the logo as well over here. So I'm going to show you how to make all those changes in your organizational header. So let's jump into the demo. So let me show you what I've opened. So in the first tab, I've opened office.com. So that's Microsoft 365 homepage. Then I have Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Then I have Power Platform Admin Center. I have a SharePoint site. I have a make.powerapps.com interface. Then I've actually opened a model driven app, which is built using Power Apps. Then this is a interface to build a Canvas app, which is again a Power Apps. I have a Power Pages interface and I have a Power Automate interface. Now, if you see over here, how to change the theme is like you click on the settings over here, and from here you can change the theme. So if I click on the clock icon over here or the setting icon over here, then if I click on view all, I should be able to see many of the themes which are available within Microsoft 365. Now, let's navigate to Admin Center. Here also, if I click on setting, I can see a lot of themes over here. If I navigate to Power Platform Admin Center, here also I can see a lot of themes listed over here. Similarly, if I go to SharePoint, I don't see anything over here. So in SharePoint side, you will not see the theme. In Power Apps, you can go into the setting and then you can see various themes. And then you can go to Power Pages site. There also you can see various themes which are available. And if you go to Power Automate, you will see various themes available. Now the beauty of this entire design is that the current theme is called as a neutral theme. Now this is one of the theme. Neutral theme is one of the theme. Then there is an organizational theme. Then there is a high contrast theme, and then rest all are various different themes. So these three themes are very much important to understand. First is a neutral theme. Neutral theme means a Microsoft 365, you have something called as a grayish kind of an interface. If you go to Admin Center, you have something as a kind of a dark gray color. Okay, it's a brand color basically. So Power Platform Admin Center, again there is the darkish kind of an interface. In Power Apps, you have something in purple. In Power Pages, you have something in like bluish purple. I would say this is pinkish purple and this is bluish purple for Power Pages. And then Power Automate has blue color. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is first I will pick up say any theme. Okay, so any custom theme, which any theme which is available, say theme for cats. Okay, I've selected themes for cat in Microsoft 365. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna refresh all the browser tabs. Okay, I'll just do a right click and do a refresh. For office.com, I have made the change to a cat theme. And now I've refreshed all the browser components, okay, all the browser tabs. So if I navigate to Microsoft 365 Admin Center, it has changed to cat. Power Platform changed to cat. SharePoint changed to cat. Power Apps, yes. Model driven app, nothing happened. So that's one of the observation. Canvas app authoring interface, it has changed to cat. Power Pages changed to cat, and Power Automate changed to cat. So everything has changed to the interface which we have changed now. So we have changed to cat interface now, except for model driven app. Okay. Now I'm going to do a separate video on model driven app on how to change the header, how to oversee the header in a new look as well as in the classic look. Okay, so that's a topic for another day. Now what we have done, we have made the change, we have selected one theme and then it is applicable for everywhere. Now there is something called as a high contrast thing. Similarly, if I select a high contrast theme, which is for like having those high contrast behavior within the header, and again, if I refresh all the browser, you should see the change is being reflected in all the sites. So in Power Pages, yes, earlier it was purple, now it has changed to high contrast themes. Power Automate, almost similar. Then go to SharePoint, yes, the changes are there. And Admin Center, M365 Admin Center. So everywhere, this changes persist. Okay. So that means if you change at one place, it will get changed at all the places in the header component. Now, again, coming back here to Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Now let's do one thing. Let's go into Power Pages. Now in Power Pages, if I go to settings and if I make the change to say this one, okay, beach sunset, and again I will do a quick refresh of all the tabs. Now this time I'm making a change in Power Pages theme, and if I'm making those changes and just seeing what happens, it is quite possible that those changes will be reflected everywhere as well. So as you see here, it is reflected in Power Automate, it is reflected in Admin Power Platform, M365 Admin Center, and Microsoft 365 Office homepage. So that means you can change it any place. You change it at Power Automate, you change it at Power Pages, it will be reflected everywhere. So that's one of the concepts. Second thing, now in the themes, I've explained to you there are high contrast theme, there is a custom theme, the list of all the available out of the box themes. Then we have a neutral theme which was by default there, and then there is something called as an organizational theme. Now what is this organizational theme? Okay, so let's first understand what organizational theme is and how can we play around with organizational theme. Now if you want to change organizational theme, what do you need to do? You need to go to the Admin Center, go to settings and click on org settings. From here, you can go to organization profile and you can click on custom themes. Now, what it does, it will allow you to create custom theme. Now, currently, say I have created this custom theme. So let me delete this. Okay. You will not see this theme over here, and you will not even see that default theme as well. Right. So let me delete that default theme as well. Okay. Now you will see something like blank. Okay. If I click on add theme, it will give me an option prevent users from overriding their theme. So that means you can control whether the user can change the theme or not. Okay, you can uh, show the user's display name if you want to see. Okay, so that's part of the default theme. Logos. Now, if you want to have some sort of a logo shown, then you can do that over here. Now, how to get the logo is, say, take for example, if I navigate to my website, okay, or it can be any website, you just copy the logo. So I'll just copy image link and I'll just paste the link, and this is how the logo looks like. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna paste the logo over here. Okay, I'll just say point that to a logo, or I have an option to upload as well. Okay, so currently I'm just assuming that let's point that out. So this is how it will look. Here also an alternate logo, I'll paste this and this is how the logo will look. I'll click on save. Now, before I click on save, let me go to the colors and what should be the navigation bar color so I can decide what I want. So in the navigation bar, maybe I will just pick up, uh, say this color, cyan. Okay, let me pick this color and I'll click on save. So what we are doing, we are setting a default organizational theme. Okay, now everything is set. Default theme is set. We have set the logo, we have set the color. Now whether it is reflected, so let me refresh this and see. No, nothing happens. Why? Because we haven't changed the theme. We should change the theme from the active theme to organizational theme. The moment I do that, if I click here, and now if I go into all the tabs and try to refresh it, see what happens. Now the by default theme is set to organizational theme, and we have changed the organizational theme across. So that means if you navigate to each and every application except for the Power Apps model driven app, everything will change to the organizational theme. As you see over here, it has changed. So like this, we can make those changes across the headers. Also, there is a default theme. So we have went into default theme and we have created a default theme. So let's assume we will create another theme, and I'll call it as a Girish HR theme. Okay, and here you need to specify the groups. Okay, so let me pick up some groups. So I have a group called as sec1, which is a security group. I'll pick up a logo. Now this time I will pick up some company's logo. So let me pick up, let's say, the company which I work for currently, Fujitsu. Okay, so I'll just pick up Fujitsu's logo. I'll just copy image link and I'll try to paste this. As you see over here, the logo has come. Alternate logo, the logo has come over here. And the colors, what this time I want a color to be maybe something in, say, purple. No, purple is too bold. So let me keep it as, say, this color, yellow. Okay, and I'll click on save. Now what I'm doing, I have two themes now. Organizational theme, there are two themes. One is default theme and one is the theme which I have just created, which is I named it as Girish HR theme. Now this belongs to only people who are part of that sec1 group. Okay, so it's all set. Now let's go over here. Let me refresh this. So let me refresh this. Now the changes has been persisted. Now, why the changes has been persisted is because this particular user, say take for example sec1 has user Girish in it, and that's the reason it has picked up Girish H1 theme, right? So let's see what's there in sec1. Okay, so let me duplicate this tab and let me go into the users and groups. So users, the teams and groups, active teams and groups, and if I go into the group which I've just search for, which is, let me go into the security group. So let me go to active teams and group and go to security groups, and sec1 is the group. And from here in sec1 I should be able to see the members. Now member Girish is one of the member, and that's why the theme has been impacted correctly. Okay, it has affected correctly. Now if I go to view all and manage members, and if I say, let's assume, remove this user from the group. So now you are setting an organizational theme and you said that you want Girish theme to be applied, but Girish is not part of Sec1 group. Then if I refresh this now, it will revert back to the old theme. Now, so what happens? So the logic behind this is we have set an organizational theme. Now within organizational theme, either default theme will be applied or Girish HR theme will be applied. First precedence would be to Girish HR theme. Now in Girish HR thing, what we have defined, we have said that any people, any person belonging to Sec1 group should see this logo and color. Other than that, show this color. And that's why I'm able to see this color now, this the blue color and with that logo in it, uh, because I'm now not part of Sec1 group. However, in Sec1 group, if you see, there is a user called as, say, Edel. Now if Edel logs in, then Edel should see that this header bar. Okay, so everything changes. Okay, so this is how you basically set the organizational theme. So organizational theme is important to understand. Within organizational theme you can have a default theme and you can have other theme. You can add n number of themes over here, so it is not limited to just one. You can have theme 1, theme 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. So like this, you can have a separate theme for HR, you can have separate theme for sales, is separate theme for marketing, and whichever rule is applied, that particular theme gets applied to that specific users, and that's how the theming works. So that's it, folks. This is all about theming the header component within Microsoft 365 Power Platform apps. Thanks for watching.